The new 2025 Smurfs movie isn't just offensively bad. It's not even the fun kind of bad. It's even worse. It's just boring. This is one of the most unremarkable mid-soulless animated movies I have seen in a long time. There's not a single good moment in this movie. Not one joke that lands. It doesn't feel like a movie made by humans. I can't explain it. This is what you get when you disguise a checklist as a movie. Spoiler warning for the Smurfs movie. But let's be honest, you were not going to watch it anyway. The movie opens with a dance scene where Papa Smurf is DJing for some reason. Each Smurf shows off their defining feature, their thing that makes them special. Except for one, the no-name Smurf, voiced by your favorite comedian, James Corden. He awkwardly tries to be part of the dance routine. He later tries to find his thing, nothing sticks. But then he wanders off quietly into the woods to, Smurf one out. A song, of course. What did you think? Then a sentient book notices him singing to himself and gives him magic powers. I have a problem with that scene. Just like that, in the first 10 minutes, any hopes of real identity journey is thrown out the window. The movie sets it up like we are going to watch this no-name Smurf slowly discover who he is and find his place in the world. But nope, he randomly gets some magic powers from a magic book in the first 10 minutes. The story doesn't even try to fake suspense. It just spells it out for you and says, yeah, you know where this is going, so why bother? Anyway, in his excitement, he opens a portal to the real world, catching the attention of Razamel, Gargamel's brother. Razamel has been hunting the Smurfs for years to recover the last magic book. He then kidnaps Papa Smurf, and from here on the story descends into a generic action adventure. No-name Smurf and Smurfette, with some useless side characters, set off to a rescue mission to save Papa. They meet Papa's brother, Ken, who delivers a quick lore dump, then proceeds to do nothing for the rest of the movie. They infiltrate Razamel's castle, get captured, and then learn that the magic book Razamel was looking for was hidden in No-name Smurf's head. He wasn't really doing magic. Razamel turns the book evil, he gains ultimate power, and tries to destroy the world. But then in a twist nobody saw coming, except everyone. No-name Smurf has actually real magic powers. Wow, I would have never guessed that. He transforms into Magic Smurf for real this time. He defeats Razamel in a magic battle and saves the day. The end. This movie has so many flaws. I don't know where to start. Maybe I should start with the cast. The whole reason why this movie exists is because Rihanna is Smurfette. She's on every promotional material ever. You would think she's the main character, but this isn't the case here. I would call this false advertising. They knew no one is going to show up for James Corden. On paper, a star like Rihanna voicing Smurfette sounds exciting. In practice, her performance falls flat, like she's just reading lines to fulfill her contract. I would say her voice acting isn't bad. It's just that her voice feels oddly disconnected from the movie's whimsical tone. She doesn't feel like she's from the same world as the others. Then we have the main character voiced by James Corden. No-name Smurf is supposed to be the protagonist, but he's very bland and completely lacks any charisma, which makes it impossible to care about his quest for identity. And that's it, right? Wait, weren't there supposed to be other characters? Aside from No-name Smurf, Smurfette and maybe Papa Smurf, no other character really matters. Even classic Smurf like Vanity and Brainy Smurf are reduced to single one-liners. This movie has a very bloated cast of characters who add nothing to the story. And the worst of all, they removed Influencer Smurf. They erased him out of existence after it was revealed that Influencer Smurf was smurfing minors on Discord. That brings me to the next point, the jokes. I don't think you can call this even jokes. Almost every joke relies on replacing out random words with Smurf. I smurf this, you smurf that, we smurf, what a smurf. It's the same joke over and over, and it gets really tired really quickly. There's maybe one half decent joke in the whole movie. How do we know a kids movie is bad? If they have cheap fart jokes, of course. Obviously, this movie wouldn't be a soulless cash grab without some classic fart jokes. The worst line of all, I smurfed my pants. A trip to the real world that goes nowhere. Like every movie post 2010, the characters enter the real world. Sounds like a big deal, right? Except it doesn't matter in this case. There's barely any interaction with the human world. No explanation why some humans are animated and others aren't. Them going to the human world doesn't add anything to the story at all. It feels like the real world exists just to save some money on the animation. Also, the music choices were a fever dream. This movie promoted heavily the new Rihanna song, A Friend of Mine. It's weird as fuck. You probably heard it. It's this weird avant-garde song that feels really disconnected from its own music video. And now it makes sense why. This song is not even in the movie, it's just attached to the end of the credits. Instead they use a different song during the actual movie. But that one is also out of place.
Everybody here want a chance with you.
It honestly comes off like they didn't even know what song they were going to use for this animation. So that's why the lip sync and movement is so bad in this music video. My final thoughts. This movie doesn't even know what audience they are targeting. You would think it's children, but when was the last time the Smurfs have been relevant? They tried to reboot the franchise in 2011, but it didn't work. This movie is clearly aimed for brain-rot children, with meta jokes and references they don't get. They are really outdated and confusing, so no kids would get the jokes. Who exactly is this movie for? It's less of a movie and more of a product they pushed out just to make some quick money. This Smurfs movie doesn't understand its audience, its source material or even itself. I'm not by any means a Smurfs fan, but even I know that the Smurfs deserve better, and so do kids. You will forget everything about this movie by the time the credits roll, and honestly it's deserved. So what do you think about this movie? Let me know in the comments, and as always thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.